Hey, you, come here. Welcome to the School of Spreadsheet, powered by Kickstart Digitals. Okay. At Kickstart Digitals, we believe everyone can transition into tech. Everyone can do great things with tech. No matter your background, we believe strongly that you can transition into tech. One of the things we believe in is nothing is too difficult. Whatever thing you've perceived, technology to be as, learning some of these skills, data analysis, data science, AI, automations, and all of those things, it looks so big, so fast, so it looks as though it's for intelligent people, but I'm here to tell you it's not so. You see, as at Kickstart, you could also believe that when it comes to learning software tools and applications, which is basically what you do when you hear people saying, I'm learning a tech skill, I'm transitioning into tech, I'm an IT guy, I'm a tech bro, I'm a tech sis. What they are trying to say is that they've mastered some particular softwares, tools, and application in technology to solve problem or to provide solutions. Now, what we believe is this. You see, those softwares, those tools, those applications owns the intelligence. The intelligence, what I'm trying to say is the intelligence belongs to the software. I'm not a smart person. Yeah, I'm a smart person, but whatever thing I'm able to achieve with softwares and applications and tools is simply because I have patiently gone through the rigor of learning about the intelligence of that particular software tools or application. I've perfected it, I've practiced it, and then I can put it into creative use to solve a problem or to prefer a solution. So if you're going to be very successful at transitioning to tech, you must approach it with an apprenticeship mindset. What do I mean? You see what your guy is doing on the job and then you replicate the same thing. And that's how you become good at it. In the process of replicating the same thing, you are going to, you are going to be faced with some challenges or obstacles, and then you will try to overcome those challenges and obstacles. And that's what makes you a master. That's what brings you into mastery. So I'm going to give you one secret code. Just repeat after me. Pay Pay and G. What does it mean? Practice as you go. Practice as you go. Whatever thing you see me do, you're going to practice it on the go. Don't set yourself up to say you watch a video from beginning to the end. Sometimes you might watch it from the beginning to the middle to get the whole idea, then rewind it and practice it because you don't have all the time. I'm pretty sure you have some other things that you're doing, some jobs that you're running, or other skill that you're trying to perfect. So once you play a video, a lecture, or a class in this boot camp, you want to practice as you go. So welcome again to this boot camp. At the end of this boot camp, you should be able to build a professionally looking dashboard. And trust me, that is not a small feat. Believe me, this particular training is worth nothing less than 100,000 and can fetch you thousands of dollars if you get so good at it. You'll feel good about yourself, and then you can proceed even into the higher part of it. But to build a professional looking dashboard is already a high part because you are going to go through understanding Excel, data cleaning, data processing, understanding functions and formulas, and then going through pivot table and all of those things right there till you get to where we want you to be. I'm so excited and I look forward to seeing you building a professionally looking dashboard in a couple of days. Okay, gotcha. So let's jump right into this program. It's a boot camp, and I'm very sure of one thing. You will dash me money. I know that. I'm so confident because you will be so proud of yourself to see how you can, from this point, you that know nothing or you know a little or you've been battling with Excel, and then you are ready to showcase your work in terms of building professionally looking dashboard. So let's go. I want to assume you have Excel on your laptop. You have opened it. It's going to open like this. So take note. I'm using an Apple laptop, MacBook Pro. You might be using a Windows laptop. It's nothing too far. It still look pretty much the same. So on my screen, I've opened my Microsoft Excel. It's always open like this. This is Microsoft 365. You can access it also by typing, I think, excel.new on your browser to have access to it. You log in and all of those things. But if you have Excel on your laptop already, you just want to open it, it's going to open like this. So up next, I just want to run us through what I call the anatomy of Excel, or let me say, understanding the interface of Excel right here. Okay, so let's start with the topmost layer, which is what we call quick access bar, and it's situated right here. Is where you can see this autosave, the home button. Let me just activate this Excel so that you can see the autosave. You have the home button, and then you have the save. You have save as, and this has to do with undo, move, and then you have when you want to create a new sheet. So we call it quick access toolbar, right? The next layer is what we call tab. We call it tab. Then you can, here you have the home tab, the insert tab, draw tab, page layout tab, formula tab, data tab, review tab, view tab, automate tabs. That's what we call it, tab. Then right underneath it, we have what we call ribbon. So every tab has its own ribbon. So if I click on insert, you can see insert brought out its own ribbon. And these ribbon are further grouped into groups. So we can see, if we come to the draw tab, you can see is further divided into groups, and each group is separated by a line. If you come here again, you see another line. You see, if I come to page layout, we have ribbons. Each ribbon is separated by a line. They're divided into group by a line. Okay. If you come to the formula tab, you will see the ribbons under formula tab, and then they are further divided into groups right there. Each group is divided by a line, and we can see the line here. There's one line here. There's another line here. There's another line here, and we're seeing another line here, and the last line here. If you come to the data tab, you see ribbons, and then they're divided into groups. Each group is separated by a line. All of these things you're going to understand pretty much soon. Okay, just ride with me. I gotcha. So let's take, for example, the home tab, and then we have ribbons, and those ribbons are the ribbon is divided into group separated by a line. Now, each of those groups, some of them have what we call launch button. Let me put it that way. Launch button. So for everywhere you see launch, and I'll tell you what they are. Anytime you see, for example, this arrow looking stuff in front of like the copy, if I click on it, it tells you that there is more. So we have copy as picture, right? That's a launch button. In front of this U now, there's a button. It's a launch button. It looks like arrow facing down, right? So it's a launch button. It tells you there is more. There are more options for that particular tool right there. So you have underline, you have double underline. If you come here, you see the launch button. You see a whole list of other things that you can still do. So you want to pay attention to those launch button, right? For example, if you come to this general, right here, if you come to this general, there's this arrow facing down. It's called the launch button. It tells you there is more. We have general, we have numbers, we have currency, we have accounting, we have short dates, all of those things right there. If you come here, you see another launch button. Wow. So you can see all of this plethora of other tools. So these are things you want to understand first about the interface. There is quick access toolbar, there is the tab, and then there's ribbon. Each ribbon is divided into groups separated by a line, and then there is the launch button that you want to take note of. tells you that there is more option for that particular option you are looking for. Okay. Then next, as we are coming from the topmost, so we are flowing down. Then we have this first box that I've clicked on. It says A1. We call it name box. And I'll tell you what it does in a minute. So just follow through. This is a name box. And right next to it, this other long box where I'm clicking at, where you have FX, and then you have, this blinking something there. It's called the formula bar. Repeat after me, formula bar. I'm going to take this class like you're in primary 2. Right. So it's called the formula bar. So I'm going to slow down right here. I want you to get it. I don't want you to miss anything. Okay. So this is called the formula bar. We really want to slow things down here. Just take note of it. Formula bar and then name box. And then you have your worksheets, spreadsheets, whatever thing you want to call it. We have it right here. Now, there are 3 concepts I want you to understand. 2 out of those 3 concepts will always confuse you if you don't get this understanding. It confuses me, it confuses most people. So the 3 concepts are columns, rows, and cells. If you understand these 3 concepts well in Excel, if you understand it well, you are going to really do well. I wear my glasses again. That doesn't make me a scholar. There's nothing. Like I said, the intelligence belongs to Excel. I have just learned how to put that intelligence into use, and you are also learning it. So nobody is really smart here. So columns, rows, and cells. When we say column, I want you to think of a bridge that has a pillar under it. Now there's that pillar that goes from top down. That's a column pie holding the bridge right there. So on this spreadsheet now, look at this. See that long pillar? That's a column. Believe me, that's a column. Then the next thing I want to explain is row. Another name for row, and I want it to stick into your head, is what we call lines. Remember when you started writing as a small child, they will tell you write on the line, write on the line, write on the line. When you're writing from the line, you usually write from the left to the right, if I'm correct. Because even till now, I still mistake my left from my right. So I think I'm correct. So if this is a notebook, I write from the left to the right. So I'm correct. Yeah. So you write from the left to the right on a straight line. So column is a pillar. Row is left to right. Row is a line, actually. So we have identified column here, a pillar standing. Then if I click here, you see a row slant through, right? The intersection between a column and a row is what we call cells. I'll explain it in a better way because I don't want to make this class complicated at all. You see this rectangle looking thing is what we call cell. Think of cell as prison. You see, is an enclosed, small, tight space where criminals have to fit in themselves till they undergo trial. So a lot of criminals is going to be inside of these cells until we analyze them, we clean them, we remove the ones that are not supposed to be there, we clean them, we arrange them, all of those things, and then we now present them in our professional looking dashboard that, they are guilty, they are not guilty, they are good citizens of this country. You can let them go, you can use them, you can love them, you can talk about them. When you're talking about analysis, you can present them to the board, let them look at it, let them look at their behavioral pattern, and let them make their decision rightfully so. So that is what we know as a cell, this cell. The fourth thing, because now you understand column, you understand rows, lines, and then you understand cells, right? Cells. The next thing we want to talk about is what we call range. Range happens to be group of cells, and group of cells can be from here downwards. That's a range. If I spread it to this side, that's another range. Spread it, that's another range. Spread it downwards, this is a whole range. Drag it down, this is a whole range. So this is a range. Because one thing you want to take note of, and I want you to put that back of your mind, in Excel, you see these lines that you are seeing, they are not real. They are just like when we're practicing how to write, to guide our handwriting. to help us position things, to put things where they are. They're like chapters and verses. They're not real. They are not so, but to guide you, they have to put it there. So when you are covering a range, you are saying there are many other things here, but I just want to talk to just these prisoners in these cells. I want to analyze just these prisoners in this particular cell room. So that particular cell room that you have highlighted is what we call a range, right? And there are ways they give them name. So now back to the name box, because this is when you understand it. How do we arrive what we call the name box? The name box is named firstly by colon, then the row or the line. So when you come back to the name box, you can see B comes first, then you have 3. So every prisoner here, let's say D. Sorry. This 3-letter word is a criminal in a cell. And the officer is asking, that THR, what cell is he? You say colon B, row or line 3. So this THR prisoner is in cell B3. When we move here, it's going to be what? Cell C3. So in naming a cell, you call the colon first, then you go and look for the row it is in. So let's move on here to other part on the sheet so that we don't forget. So if you come to the bottom where you have sheets, as you can see here, you have sheet 1, you have sheet 2, you have sheet 3. You can left click and delete a sheet. And then I'm going to say delete. Let's delete this one, because usually when you open, you only see one sheet. And then we say delete. So if you are working on this particular sheet and you want to move to the next sheet, you just have to come to this plus sign and click plus. It's going to add another sheet. It's saying sheet 7 because I've deleted many other sheets. And also you can left click on it and click on rename and then name it, let's say, data. So it means on this particular sheet, your data is there. Another thing you can do is you can right click on it down and drag forward. So you can bring a sheet forward while the other one goes back like that. So this is where you select your sheet. To the right on the bottom, you have the zoom key. But before let's just type something here so that we can see how the zoom really works. So at the right bottom here, you have the zoom. If I click on it, if I activate my sign, I click plus, plus, plus. The sheet is getting bigger. Maybe it's looking too squinty, affecting my eyes, and I want to make it bigger. This is where you zoom in on the sheet, right? You can reduce it here also. And then we have the scroll bar. At the right side here, we have the scroll bar up, down. Then we also have the scroll bar horizontally, left to the right. Left to the right. Then we have up, down, scroll bar. Then we have the view option. If you come still on that right bottom, this is the normal view that we are in. The next one is page layout. It's page layout. And you can see it here. Different pages, And then the third one is, let me go here. Page 1. You can see everything that you have done on page 1. If you have multiple pages that you have typed something on, you can view all of them here all at once, like all the sheets here. Maybe you have like 10 sheets. You can view it all at once to see, okay, this is my page 1, page 2, and the list goes on and on like that. Okay, I think we'll cover pretty much everything around the interface. Let me just confirm before we move on here. Right, we'll call it a day in introduction to the interface to Excel. Don't worry if it seems too much. Like I said, tech doesn't belong to just smart people. The smartness actually belongs to the softwares, the tool, and the application. All of these things, you are still going to learn it over the course of this bootcamp. and you will really get to know them by PG. Practice as you go, or DID, did. Do as I do. So as you watch, you do, you get to know it. This is not cram. This is not, you can't do la cram la pour. You can't leave technology to you just knowing all the terms and not putting them to use. Your actual knowing them is when you practice. And some people think, how does it really work? I mean, pause, I practice, pause. Like some people feel I'm doing what he's doing, so am I really learning? That's the learning. The fact that you are doing what I'm doing is the learning. You are building muscle memory. You know where things are. You know how to move your mouse. That muscle memory you are building through repeating the actions that you are watching on your screen in the course of this boot camp, and you are repeating the same thing. That looks so stupid. You pause, you do, you pause, you do. It's like you are doing copycat. You see that copycat action is what makes you good. Because in the process of doing copycats, you're going to make some mistake and you're going to try to solve it. And that's actually how you learn. Okay? See you in the next class. Gotcha.